friends aren't cool, and what you do is nothing to brag about, unless it's something everyone has been talking about, or wish that they had. If it's branded as valuable, and if it gets a lot of looks, if your social status improves, then she might take interest in you. But that's the only reason why she would. She's not a good person, she's only cute, and this selfish, shallow piece of shit inside of her makes her ugly as sin. Time and time again, I've given her a chance. I'd almost believed that there was a human inside of her that really fucking cared, but I asked for too much, invested in a hollow, empty shell, the kind that gets filled with superficial trash. Not a soul, no heart. My friend, the monster eats and sleeps and breathes the struggles of individuals just like us, sustained by your grief. My friend, the narcissist, only cares about how good you can make her look, emotionally handicapped.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's episode number 12.
What show is
On a-
this?
On a Monday, this is the Hot Garbage Podcast. If you're too dumb
Hot
to know what
garbage.
show you clicked on and you're listening to right now.
Well, now no one's ever going to start watching it because Carson
true.
says you're too dumb if you don't know what our show is at this point.
Yeah. What our show is a bunch of hot garbage because it's crappy content. It's different every time. It's just a bunch of cucks just rambling on about nothing. But we have fun doing it. I am Carson, me, myself, and Kate Quinnell. I am joined, as always, by the two other amigos, Tyler Astrox Katzman. Tyler, what's going on, man?
Not much at all.
And of course, am joined by Jimmy Agawag Digley Reinschmidt. What's up?
Just hanging out, man, on a Monday.
Monday.
On Monday.
Mondays.
We're all a bunch of lazy assholes, so we did not record on Sunday like we're normally supposed to, but it's okay because we're doing it the day after, which is fine. We're going to talk about a few different things this week, a little bit of what you do, and as per usual, we're going to shorten that up a little bit. We're going to talk about music, favorite artists, favorite concerts, stuff like that. We're going to talk about some racing games and also difficulty levels in video games, past experience with that. Who wants to kick off what you're doing this week? Let's just dive right in, jump off the board.
Jimmy.
Hey, it's been a lot of just hanging out, playing more Assassin's Creed. It's not been really anything special at work and cleaning the house, and that's pretty much it, man.
I just read Jimmy's what you doing from this week.
I don't have the doc up like a full.
Jimmy, you better open the doc. It's very important to the content of the show. We need to stick to it.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think that's relevant.
I think I actually modified that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's too bad. Yeah, that's pretty much been it. I don't know, Tyler, you want to take it away, or do you guys want me to elaborate?
Tyler, take it away.
Yeah, Tyler, I think it's yours.
Hi.
Oh my God, it's Tyler.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Listen to that voice.
I just bought the Legend of Zelda DLC for the
Ooh.
Masters mode, and I decided to play it today because I just bought it today. It's really hard, kids.
So what's the new? So wait, the DLC
It's hard.
itself is another difficulty level?
So there's 2 expansion packs out right now for the Legend
Why are
of
you
Zelda.
talking so weird?
And Carson, one of the expansion packs adds something called Master Mode
Mm-hmm.
and Masters Mode. It's a completely separate save file from the original game, but it adds like a shit ton of hard enemies. You get shit ass weapons, and they make every like enemy go up like a step. So they add a bunch and they knock them up like a step. Like there'll be like a blue enemy and he's weak, and there'll be a red enemy and he's stronger, and then there's a white one and he's super strong. So everyone gets like not bumped up a notch. And then they just throw
Damn.
random ass enemies in like the air and like the ground, and yeah, It's pretty hard. One shot and getting one shot quite a bit. You need to be strategic. You need to be Assassin's Creed. I'm not Assassin's Creed.
You can't just run in arrows ablazing.
I
ran out of arrows.
Assassin's Creed. And it's pretty easy.
Yeah, dude, that's what Zelda was pretty easy, and now it's not easy anymore.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is it's a difficult game even without the master mode.
But yes, that's all I do. Masturbate the mode over and over again.
Masturbate to Breath of the Wild. It's a good game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get the combos down. You got to make sure all your strokes are on point and everything. You're always hitting at the right times, you know. You got to hit every dodge. 2
swings per stroke.
Did you really just say you need to make sure your strokes are all on time?
Yeah.
Please tell me that was intentional.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh man, that's interesting though. I didn't know that. I've never heard of a game with DLC being just another difficulty mode.
Yeah, don't they like usually give that to you for free or like after you beat the game or something? How much did you pay for that?
I paid $20 for the entire pass.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So
what's the entire pass get? Like, other stuff that's not out yet.
I think it includes anything that happens in the future too, as well, as far as I'm aware of. But it's like the master mode. It's this whole like end game like dungeon crawler mode. It's like a ton of like items that they get added, tons of armor sets. I think there's like some like story quest continuation pass thing that they added. I mean, it's quite a bit for $20. I mean, most expansion packs nowadays is like $15, and they just add some random shit. But
yeah,
no, it's good. I mean, it's good for the price. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, Masters mode, yeah, it's like you should just add that in the first place. But you're already adding like 140 hours into the game. That's already like 70 hours. So I shouldn't really complain in the first place. I shouldn't complain in the first place, I should say.
Yeah, I'm just saying if that was just a standalone thing, like hey, buy the Masters mode, I'd be like, I don't know.
Well, I was in that state where I wanted to play the game again, but I didn't want to start over because I'd lose my save file, and I kind of like I didn't want to just do the same experience again because that's what it would be. Like, yeah, it's an open world game, but I'm still gonna like do the same shit. So. That's the reason why I bought the expansion and I'm playing Master Mode and I'm having fun because they did tweak the game quite a bit, and then when they added new items and stuff, it balances out. But
yeah,
I don't even remember anything anymore, so this is going absolutely as well as you think it would. So
Dark Souls should have an easier DLC mode. Like play the game like normal people would.
I'm pretty sure
only $50.
I played Dark Souls with my brother because he wanted me to buy the game, and what I learned is that you just need to play with friends and have them carry you, and that's how you play Dark Souls.
That sounds about right.
That's pretty much what I learned.
I thought Dark Souls was single player.
Nope.
No, people can like invade in your games, right, or something like that.
Yeah, you can like summon your friends, and then you can have like 4 people just like mon down on the boss instead of you getting murdered. Like I beat the first boss myself, and then every boss after that, my brother was just like, "Oh, you just gotta get my friends will come, and they'll help you out." I'm like, "Okay."
Damn. Dark Souls is savage, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Timberwolves lost, so.
Ouch.
Not really surprising. Yeah, they got beat 4-1, but we'll be back next year. So moving on from that.
They didn't get shut out.
They did not. Yeah, which is good, I guess. My wife is getting her master's degree this weekend, so I have to adult all week and like clean my house and shit because there's gonna be like family and stuff in town.
Woo.
They clean my yard and stuff, so it sucks.
I'm sorry.
Kind of a busy week. Yeah. No, it's cool though. It's exciting. Dude, the highlight of my week, I went and saw Infinity War, and it was fucking incredible. No spoilers. If you're listening, I won't spoil anything. I'm actually planning on putting up a review on the Hot Garbage YouTube network, seeing as we have only podcast videos on there. Try to get some diversity of content on there. I'm thinking about starting a series actually, but we'll see how it goes. So I guess be looking forward to that in the future. I'll post stuff about it if I end up getting it going.
I think you should do a cooking video.
I was actually thinking about starting a series called Cakes Takes.
I was gonna say cakes
Where it is-
bakes.
But dude, that could be like cakes bacon takes.
I think that cakes takes would be perfect for a movie because you know how it's like on a movie it's like take 1, take 2. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like it could be like cake cinema takes for certain things for movies, and like cakes like my takes on different. Like if I want to talk about random shit, it doesn't have to be.
Oh,
Just
I
movies.
see. It's takes as in like
Yeah.
it's your opinion.
Yeah, like my take on this thing. Yeah,
That's pretty smart.
yeah. So keep an eye out for that in the future.
And
Try
if
to get
it's
that going.
not
but
out in the
yeah.
future, come DM us, add us, say
you
horrible
guilt trip the
things.
shit out of me.
Very
Yeah.
I mean,
horrible
mostly
things.
just Carson. I didn't promise
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I really, yeah. You guys really need to get guilt tripped.
Facebook at me, myself, and cake. Twitter at the one and only cake with the number 1.
Bingo. But yeah, I'm gonna go see the movie again for the second time tomorrow night because it's very there's a lot of shit to process, so I need to see it again. But after that, I'll probably try to get the review up tomorrow night right after I see it, or maybe Wednesday, depending on what kind of editing I want to do. But yeah.
Right, so I just watched Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Last night because we're like it's in theaters and like we should probably catch up. So I'm gonna watch
Mhm.
that. And
For
what
sure.
else should I watch? I haven't seen Doctor Strange or Black Panther. Do I have to watch both of those to make?
Yeah,
to make it
that's one of
worthwhile?
it's one of the big debates right now is do you need to watch the other ones? I would say Black Panther would be really good to watch. I think it would help a lot as far as like understanding stuff that happens in the movie. Plus, it's just a good movie overall, so I'd definitely watch Black Panther before you go see it. Other than that, I mean, there's really nothing that you would have to see. Guardians of the Galaxy would probably help if you're gonna
I've
watch
seen
one of them.
those,
Yeah. Is there anything you haven't seen besides Black Panther? Or
Doctor Strange. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay,
Has there been any other recent ones?
Do you need to watch Spider-Man?
Spider-Man would help. Yeah, Civil War. If you haven't seen Civil War, watch that
Yes.
shit.
Saw
Okay.
Civil War, but I don't
Yep.
know if have I seen Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming
Was it? Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
with the Vulture. Vulture was
Yeah.
the bad guy. Yeah, that was a good movie.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, Black Panther definitely watch that one. Doctor Strange, it would help. So if you have time to watch them both, only 2 movies. If you get time to watch them both, definitely check them out. It would help out a lot. 'Cause Doctor
Strange is on
has-
Netflix, and
Yep.
then I haven't.
Black Panther's still in
Black Panther
theaters.
is still in theaters, so
You could do like a double
have to-
feature.
late night double feature picture show.
Boom. There you go. You're welcome. So yeah, guys, look for an Infinity War review on that Hot Garbage website at some point. We're also still working on the Battle for Middle Earth video we played the other night. It was
The
actually
Yeah, the game was like something.
it was actually it was a little more in depth than I thought it was going to be for like an older game. Plus, it was relatively like even for the most part. Except for the fact that I fucked up and like had like 2 gajillion resources just sitting in my bank and I didn't use them.
Try to swallow it, yeah.
Fucking thought Jimmy was gonna cry.
28K
Jimmy saw the
down.
graph and was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
It's okay,
If
man.
you needed resources.
It's fine. You know, sometimes this stuff
Yeah,
happens.
it's-
Sometimes the best team won, and that's okay.
It's okay. Jimmy and I, swiggity swooty, we're coming for that booty. We're gonna come back and we're
Yeah.
gonna get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're coming at your tower defense
mm.
mode.
Sure. Okay.
Hell yeah.
See it and I believe it.
Drop some mad
Alright.
skills on you. Speaking of dropping stuff, what are some of the musical artists that you guys think drops the best albums? That was really weirdly worded.
That was
That was my
great,
awkward
Long
transition
Rondo.
into music.
Yes.
Well, I think Miley Cyrus touches herself the best.
Hmm.
You
I
said
don't
drops
think you're
herself,
wrong.
so
I think which music, who they drop the best albums, man.
oh,
Like-
albums. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Whose music do you like the best? Who do you think has had the best music? Who's your favorite artist? Is what I'm trying to get at in a weird angle.
Leonard Skinner.
He's a free bird.
That's an interesting choice.
Larry the Cable Guy. Are we
Okay, now I-
counting?
Now I call.
Are
now
we
I call
counting
bullshit.
stand-up music?
That's not that stand-up's not
Stand-up comedy is
music.
definitely.
I mean,
not
Spotify
music,
has stand-up people, so and they're a
But that
music
doesn't make
stream.
it
They're a
music.
music
That
platform.
doesn't make it
But
doesn't
that
make it
means,
musical.
so is spoken word not music, Jimmy?
No, it's not.
That's not
No.
true, because according to lots of people, spoken word is considered music. According to iTunes, like if you go into your like
Okay, hold on.
iPhone, yeah.
If it's spoken word with an instrumental, then
Yeah.
it's called music. But if you're just like speaking words, dude, go fuck yourself.
Some
That's
guy
not-
just standing up there. Yeah, so like Jimmy right now, Jimmy's not singing right now.
No, this isn't a music show, man.
Yeah, but you're not
Yeah,
doing spoken
That's
word
not
though.
music. Yeah, but what's the difference between like me talking right now and some stand-up comedian talking? That's like the same thing.
You get a
So
laugh
I'm
track
not-
with a
it's not
stand-up
music.
comedian. We don't get funny jokes with you.
It's debatable. I feel like you're just trying to fuck up the process, like you always do.
Yeah,
I feel like
when
music
did-
can be
when
lots
did
of
laugh
different
tracks
things.
become part of music, dude? I want to
They
know when
didn't.
laugh.
They
because
didn't.
Whenever laugh tracks
we
become
have
in the conversation
samples.
for music, I want to
We
hear
have
Sgt.
samples.
Pepper's.
I know there's samples with laugh tracks in them as music.
That's so called bullshit.
Okay, but that
Tyler's such a
what's
dick.
that got to do with
With a
it?
shit-eating grin on his face.
Hey, I'm just saying music is open to interpretation to lots of different people. So who are we to sit here and determine what genres and what categories and what exists in music? And I'd say if Spotify is putting all these great things up as music, good for them. I want everyone to enjoy something, and I want everyone to be part of what makes music great.
But what you're saying is like, I can call it a human if it doesn't have a tail, and then going around and like pointing at everything saying that's a human, and it's like no. I don't
Well,
think so.
no, we're not saying it's a human. We're saying it's a
'Cause-
homo or a sapien. We're going around. We're doing the overall general umbrella. Hey, you're doing this. That must mean you're part of this umbrella. You know what I mean? Music's an umbrella, and I'm just fitting all the hogs I can inside.
So you're
before
saying
they get
spiders
wet.
are umbrellas? They don't have tails.
Am I saying
what about
spiders are
back-
umbrellas? I feel like you're just making like
Oh,
the
man.
wrong analogies. here.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to grasp with your logic and use something to talk about it because it's so ludicrous, but I'm not gonna get there. I get it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the
You're
same page.
just gonna talk around it. Have fun with your delusions.
It's okay. As a musician that studied music for quite a while, obviously I have the proper definition of it.
Yeah. I bet George, what's his name, with the din, 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 the lowrider song, George.
I want to say
Something like that.
Lopez, but it's not Lopez.
Lopez. It
Is
is
it- It's not Lopez, is it?
Yeah. George.
The
Lopez.
comedian?
Yeah. Thank you.
I didn't know he did Lowrider, actually.
No, the song is on his TV show from.
Oh, yeah,
Nickelodeon.
okay, that's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. I was like, I didn't think he
Yeah.
did that song. What's
No,
that?
he didn't. He didn't do the
Ohio.
song. I'm saying he's gonna like you because he does stand up and now he's music. He can be put on the same plane as Lowrider.
Hey, Eddie Murphy does music and stand-up, and he has an album.
Oh, so now they're separate.
I was like, he's not gonna notice that.
He's
He's not gonna notice it.
Just
Almost got you. I almost snuck it through.
He
I
doesn't
almost
just
got
do
it.
music.
Got him.
All right, you caught
Chased him
me.
into
You
the
caught
corner.
me. He got me. He got me.
Tyler, who is your favorite artist of all time?
Kanye West, man. Kanye West is the greatest rapper of all time.
Really?
There's just no way to talk about it. I mean, people can talk about all these old school guys that literally knew like a fart from like a lyric, like Biggie, and let's go to Tupac and Ice Cube and NWA. Like we can go to the old guys, but let's talk about people that were there and they're still here. Let me talk to you about what NWA does. Well, half of them are dead, and the other one does Are We There Yet movies. So I'm just going off of a record here. I mean, when people are thinking of the king of things, we're thinking about example, like King of Rock. Who's the King of Rock? Anyone?
Elvis.
Exactly. And what about the King of Pop?
Michael Jackson.
See,
Prince.
people think about these, and they're people that are iconic. They might not have been able to be here our entire life, and we haven't been able to enjoy them as much as we could. But when I'm going back and I'm like, I want to listen to a rap album. I want to listen to a rap album that properly proportions black culture and things that they've gone through, and proportion all of the general stereotypes that rappers rap about, and put it into a context that not only is meaningful towards the rap game, but is very, very forward thinking. It's something that is taking all that old gang rap shit and moving it forward into things that really matter. And that's Kanye West for me. And you might say, Tyler, he likes lots of things that people don't like, and he is a little psycho. And I'd say, well, you know what? He is extremely psycho, but that's the new Kanye. I'm talking about the old Kanye. I miss the old Kanye. The I'm going to drop the good old hoodie shit Kanye. The I'm not going to say the N word, but I'm also going to talk about Jesus, but then I'm going to talk about niggas liking Jesus. Like, that's not the Kanye. That's the Kanye that I want. I don't want this new Kanye. But we have to think about the people and their greatness. We don't look at Michael Jackson and we say, hey, remember that time he touched a bunch of kids? Maybe. No. We don't do that anymore. We look at the best. And if we're looking at the best, we're looking at Kanye.
We did that like last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we were listening to Michael Jackson. We're like, yeah, but he touched a bunch of kids.
See, I've never that's like I haven't even thought about that in years, and I haven't. That's like the first time I've heard anyone make a comment about that. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just like, I mean, maybe it's because he's dead. I'm sure if he was alive, people would make the jokes more. But fact of the matter is, he was just so good, you kind of just forget about it.
I'm listening to "Stronger" by Kanye West, and it's making Tyler's speech sound so much more awesome with that playing in the background.
Yeah, can we edit that in post?
I'm like, damn, Tyler's just
sure.
like tearing it up right now.
He'll have to tell me when to start it, but yeah.
So I think what you're trying to say, let me paraphrase, is that Bound 2 is the best thing ever and everyone should just never listen to any other music.
Bound 2 is pretty new Kanye though. I'm like hit or miss on the new Kanye though. Like Yeezus was probably the last album where I was like, okay, I think we're losing it a little bit here, Kanye. And then The Life of Pablo came out.
Bound 2, man.
I do like Bound 2. I like Slave. I like that album. It's good. It honestly is good. Go through the lyrics. Don't watch the music video. Just go through the lyrics. And it's actually pretty good. He's starting to go back a little bit to talking about the things that matter, but he's doing it in like a crazy way, like, I'm part of the slave gang. And we're like, no, Kanye, you're wearing gold chains. You have Lamborghinis. You're not part of the slave gang. But yeah, that album stretches it. Like I said, old Kanye, not new Kanye.
Damn, I didn't even realize how many good songs Kanye West actually has that I like.
He does.
Kanye.
Yeah,
dude, go through the album.
Power,
Kanye is
Stronger. Like those are two songs I love. I didn't even know they were Kanye.
And you have to realize that Kanye started off as this poor guy that literally just made beats until Jay-Z said, I think if I remember correctly, people will yell at me. I think the way it started was he basically was just pulled aside because he was making the beats for Jay-Z and those people, Rockefeller gang, and he was in the studio, I believe, going over what he would do if that was his verse. And then Jay-Z's like, hold the fuck up, dude. Do you rap? And he's like, what? And then that's kind of how it went down.
Wow. It's interesting.
So that's why I think Kanye should be our president.
Well, that's a bit of a joke.
Man, I'm going to flat out disagree with you there.
I'd rather see Dwayne Johnson. I'd rather see The Rock as the president.
I'd be more likely to say
all
that.
I got to say is Jesus wept.
What? What?
It's one of the lines I've bound to, you Kanye nerd.
I told
Jesus
you.
wept.
Jesus wept. I see. Okay.
Jeez.
I thought you said Jesus wet. I was like, I don't think he's wet. I mean, he's probably a little moist. He walks
Yeah,
in water.
I misquoted the famous Bible verse and subsequently Kanye West lyric, just for fun.
I feel like you would do that for fun.
I feel like you're wrong. I'm just gonna disagree with you there.
Jimmy, favorite musical artist? Go.
I can't pick one.
All right, top
never
three.
get me to pick one. Top 3. Okay.
That's as best I can do for you.
Best you can do. I'm gonna say Bowie. In no particular order. So Bowie. I'm gonna say Dre, and one other.
I'm sorry, like Dre as in Dr. Dre?
Yes, as in Dr. Dre.
The producer?
Yeah.
No, the other Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he does have a couple albums.
He does, yes, you're right, yep.
And I don't know. I have to give it to Floyd, I guess. I really like Pink Floyd.
Okay. So now you have to kick one of them out.
Now I have to kick one of them out.
Dre?
Yeah, I kicked Dre out.
Because he's
Alright,
a great
so-
producer, though, so you still get the producer
Yeah.
Dre.
So now you got to
Yeah.
kick one more out.
Well, that's how you find the number one.
Shut up, Tyler! Tyler, shut up! Let's try to narrow it down.
I
Damn
give
it.
you a top 2. I don't know if I
You
can pick
ruined it.
between between
Uh,
Bowie and
All right,
Floyd.
all right. Fuck, kill, or marry.
There you go.
Everyone. So if you pick a band, you have to get all of them in that category.
I'm so lost now. Wait, what?
Fuck, kill, or marry.
I fucked Dr.
Pink
Dre.
Floyd, Dre.
So wait, yeah,
Bowie.
you're saying like each individual person I would have to fuck is what you're saying. Or
Like if you're
marry.
marrying Floyd,
It's
you're
a
marrying the
group,
entire
yeah.
band. Yeah.
The ensemble.
So fuck.
Most
kill.
of which are dead now.
Well, you know, we're talking about in their heydays. Like, we'll make sure that they're at least attractive.
Oh wait, so I can like, what's his? I'm so bad with names. The original guy from Pink Floyd.
I don't know. Pink Floyd, I can't remember.
Barrett, Sid Barrett, Sid
yes.
Barrett.
Yes, you can pick them at their
So
top peak.
Oh man.
Out of the three that you picked, fuck, kill, marry. This will tell us your top three.
All right. Well, David Bowie's weird, so I gotta fuck David. That means we're marrying Pink Floyd, and we're
Killing
Dre.
Dre.
I think this makes sense. I think he just gave us his top three.
I think Pink Floyd
I
is
understand this. I think
Pink Floyd is Jimmy's number one.
I think we're gonna have to go with
Come
that.
on, Colin.
David Bowie's his
I don't
weekend
want to
mistress.
get like gangbanged by Pink Floyd, or have sex with Dr. Dre. That seems like
Hey.
the worst option.
But he'd be a doctor. He'd know how to fix you up after you go black.
Oh my god.
The fuck?
He gonna put you in a wheelchair. Once you go black, you end up in a wheelchair.
Oh my gosh. You know what they say, man.
It's an easy choice.
You don't need a wheelchair.
I love that show. Movie, excuse me.
Easy white chocolate. I wouldn't want you to melt. Dude, that actor. I love that actor too. That actor is going to be in the new Deadpool movie.
Terry Crews?
Terry Crews.
He's a good guy.
That's my boy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine too.
Dude, I love that show actually.
Such a good show.
All right, Carson.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Carson.
I'm gonna make
You guys-
Carson. You get a top two because you made me do
Dude.
one and Jimmy did three. So
I'm getting ready for my asshole to just be torn apart here after I say what I'm about to
please
say.
say
Nickelback.
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 There you go.
You fucking called it, dude. Nickelback's definitely in my top two.
Woo.
Definitely in my top two for sure.
But like, what do you like about them? Like, not no, not like on a
So-
troll level, like a serious level. Like, help me understand.
So Nickelback was like, they were like up there for me. They were like, yeah, you know, you guys are pretty good. I like Nickelback. I've liked them since high school. Darcy and I went and saw them in concert back in, it was either November or October. And that shit just like skyrocketed them to like top two for me because like they put on a fucking amazing concert. They sound like just as good as they do on their record live. It was just a blast. It was like best concert I've ever been to. So that like shot them up to top two. Now I can't get enough, like, cause yeah. So love them, top two for sure. One more spot after that. Do I have to pick another one?
Yes.
If you don't, then I'm gonna just continue talking about why I like Kanye West.
I would say I like Red probably.
Who?
Red would probably be my number two band.
Red?
Red, yeah, Red is a Christian rock band
Oh.
that kicks ass.
You mean
When I was in-
Flyleaf?
No, much better. When I was in high school, I went and saw Skillet with my friend in Fargo, and Red wasn't a very popular band back then, and they like opened up for them when they were getting big. And I got a picture with all of them when they weren't very big, and I got them to sign the only thing I had on me, which is a $5 bill. I still have this signed $5 bill, and they're like really, really big now. So
Are you gonna sell it for $5?
I sell it for $6 because it's
Yeah, I
signed.
was
You know,
gonna say you
by
could
Red.
get 6
Yeah.
out of that.
That's
Yeah, I
20
can easily get
20%
6 out of
return,
that.
easy.
Hell yeah, I'm making 120%.
That's
So
true.
yeah, that those are my top two bands for sure. So yeah, Nickelback. Yeah, I think Nickelback probably have to be number one just because the live show they put on. Because I went and saw Breaking Benjamin was up there for me, and I went and saw them live, and they kind of sucked. Like they didn't sound
When did you go see
very
them?
good. I went and saw Breaking Benjamin and Shinedown when they were here in Bozeman.
That was when I was back in Bozeman.
Yeah,
I went to
did
that
you go
concert
show?
too.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good. I actually didn't really care for Breaking Benjamin, but after I went to the show, I was kind of like, huh, this wasn't that bad actually. Shinedown was whatever, but
Shinedown was good, but Breaking Benjamin they didn't sound great live because I was like second or third row. Maybe I just couldn't hear very well because it was just all I'd hear was like instruments and stuff. But
to be fair, this is like the completely new band, right? Because he kicked everyone out, the singer.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's fair enough too. I was actually
But
surprised
yeah, they're
about
still
that.
a great band. Yeah. I actually thought Shinedown put on a better show.
That's what everyone said, but I wasn't a big fan of Shinedown in the first place, so I kind of just went
Yeah.
off of what I was used to. So
Yeah,
they looked
yeah.
better.
Yeah, it definitely looked better. It was more flashy. I went and sat actually like in the far back after Breaking Benjamin got done and just kind of watched Shinedown from a distance.
That's what I did. I was on the bleacher thingies.
Yep, same.
Surprised I didn't see you.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna butt in about just one more question about Nickelback. You really think they're that good that they can make people's ears bleed at their concerts, or is it just?
Yeah.
No, but really,
My ears did not bleed.
that was a warm up. Actually, like what part of musically like do you enjoy about it? Like,
I like Chad's voice. I think this, he has like the really that scratchy voice that sounds good for music. I just like their style. Like they're pretty heavy, but they're not like super screamo.
mm-hmm.
I can actually
So, like,
understand what they're saying.
grungy
Yeah.
aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
Yeah,
what
listening
the,
to a lot of their earlier music is different than what they have now. It's like a lot more mature almost now, I guess. I don't know.
Do you know what the specific term is for the genre of Nickelback? What that
Cancer.
style is kind of called?
Oh no.
It's called butt rock.
Is it really? Why do they call it that?
Butt rock's
Yeah.
like Creed. It's
That
also
does not
technically
help my case.
butt rocks is a derogatory term for any hard rock music, actually.
Oh.
But people specify that on stuff that they think's really shitty. So of course, people have
Creed is really
deemed.
bad.
Yeah.
Who played the like inaugurations? Was it
The last one that just happened?
Yeah, the Trump inauguration. They had like some really butt rock band play. I'm gonna Google it.
I already got you, bro.
Yeah,
It was 3 Doors Down.
I was gonna say
Super
Three
butt
Doors
rock.
Down.
Super
Yeah.
butt rock.
Yeah,
That's
very
another
butt-
good example of butt rock.
I fucking hate that you guys showed me that. They're driving me nuts. All I'm gonna hear is butt rock. Listening to
I'm
It's a
gonna
real
use that
genre.
to- I'm gonna
even
use
care.
It's a real
Yeah.
genre.
assholes.
Sorry, man.
Oh man. All right.
Ugh.
I think it's time to move on to our next topic. Earlier today, we were discussing racing games. Now, I don't know. I don't have a huge history with racing games. I played Mario Kart, of course. I played Driver, which I don't know. That's not really a racing game. Back in the day, I played Gran Turismo. Ha! Nickelback is not even on the top 10 list of all time butt rock bands. So, suck it.
Wait, so you're saying they're not even good at butt rock?
Yeah, exactly. They're not even good enough butt rock. They're not even good enough to make the top 10 butt rock list.
That's unfortunate, actually.
Yeah.
Guess who's
wait.
at number one? Shinedown.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Carson's
Yeah.
whole life is just ruined.
No, it's not. They're not even top 10 butt rock, so it's fine.
But you like Shinedown too.
Yeah. Wait. Shouldn't they?
I don't
be
mind
better?
Shinedown. I don't like him as much as Nickelback. Not even.
Exactly. Shouldn't you want Nickelback to be at the top of butt rock?
Technically, you want them to be the best
they're your
of
favorite-
what they
yeah,
are.
Do I want them to be butt rock? I don't know. I don't know what I want anymore. We're moving on. It's racing games time. Fuck it over this. It got me all confused. So, Tyler,
What's up?
talk to me about some racing games. What's your favorite racing game of all time? Get that pussy off my screen. This is a family-friendly show.
No, it's on my lap.
Demonetized.
Blocked in some countries like Iran.
Yeah.
Not blocked in North Korea anymore though. We're okay there now.
Hey.
I don't know if you knew that. Hot Garbage podcast available in North Korea. So when I used to go to the arcades, I used to play a lot of Maximum Tune Wangan, Midnight 3, I believe it was. Midnight 2, I think. When you went to the arcades and played like the like hardcore racing games, they would have like these little paper cards that you'd get, and they'd like keep track of your progress, and you keep coming back, and you'd swipe them, so you could like have like your stats and everything when you race other people and
nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's super fun. There was a lot of people that would like get like after school go over to like the mall, and like there'd be like 20 people crews like racing each other and stuff, and it was pretty intense, and it was super fun. And when I got to go to Japan, I got to try the new like updated versions where they have like these cool NFC cards that you touch and stuff, and graphics look great, the games play well. There's a few machines that are like kind of like 2 years old that are in America, which is pretty good. 2 years old is pretty good for arcade machines in America. And there was one in California, there's one in Seattle, and there's going to be one in Chicago. So when I go to Chicago this month, I am going to go play some more. And it's a lot of fun. I like those games a lot.
Cool. Jimmy, what about you? I think
Well,
Jimmy's kind of our go-to racing guy.
I mean, I'm no arcade player. I've been living in Montana my whole life, basically. So I've got a lot of console games under my belt, a lot of arcadey style console games like the Need for Speeds. I played those since I was a wee boy on the computer. The like original Need for Speed. You guys ever play that? Where it was like it wasn't like 2D, but it was like faux 2D. You know, where it had like planes and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think I ever played that.
You had
one.
like lanes. I mean, you could be like in a certain lane, but you could like go forward, back, left, right, so you could like dodge cars. But it was still
Yeah.
like 2D basically.
I know what you're talking about.
I never played
Yeah.
that one. No.
And it was like a side scroller. So instead of like instead of like being first person on, it was like your car would go across, and then it would kind of like sit in the middle while everything was like coming at you.
Damn.
It was
I didn't know
super
Need
fun.
for Speed was that old, man.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. So I've been a huge Need for Speed fan ever since then.
Yeah.
I like destruction in games, but not like too much destruction. Like you get to like Burnout Paradise, I think did it well, where like you could just like get your car totaled, but like Gran Turismo is like the worst destruction mechanics in the game, because none of your exterior parts, they took forever to render these cars, because they would make them like scans. They would like scan the entire car and like put it in the game like very almost exactly as it is in real life. So they would never ever, this was Gran Turismo 4 for the PlayStation 3,
Yeah.
and they would like never get adulterated, but like your engine would just blow up and you just lose the race or whatever it was. You know, like your tires would go out, and like they wouldn't blow up. They'd just be like, your tires are gone. Shit.
Even though your vehicle looks exactly the same.
Yeah. It's just like, you know what? Like this is destruction.
Put a little
at its
effort into
worst,
it,
you
Gran
know?
Turismo. God damn.
Well, it took them like 7 years that game to begin with, and there was like hundreds of cars.
Well, they put too much effort into the cars and not enough effort into making the cars actually do shit.
Exactly. So I think there was actually like 1,000 cars with DLC in that game.
That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, it's way too much. Like a tight focus game. I think my favorite arcade style game has to be MotorStorm, and it's really fun. It'll get old after a while. It doesn't have the longevity, but it was so much fun, you know. And
Mother Storm?
MotorStorm
MotorStorm.
for the PlayStation 3, and then they had a couple afterwards that I played.
Is that the game where it's like you could do like off road and you pick like different vehicles and stuff? That
Yeah, and
game was
it's
really
all-
well received. I did like that
It
game.
was really fun. I mean, there was like paths, like you could pick a dirt bike on any track, or you could pick like a giant, you know, SUV basically, or like a mudder, you know. And there was several vehicle types, and there was different paths for each, and you were all racing each other at the same time, and it was pretty well worked out to where like the motorbike path would have like enough, you know, mud or ruts to where it wouldn't be able to keep up with the big lane traffic for the other vehicles, and then the semis could just like shove everything out of the way. So it was almost like it was very similar to like a Mario Kart, but without the shells, which is kind of what I like, you know. I think that the random chance of Mario is really fun for parties, but when you just want to play like something a little more serious, but not like so serious that it's like Gran Turismo where you have to like line. You have to get your lines perfect, and you have to corner everything just so, and you have to brake properly and use your brain or something. You know, I just like to be able to go, but without having to get hit with a shell. So yeah, it had a lot of like diversity and pathing, and the racetracks were fairly open to where you could like decide where to go, and there was choice in that, and it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
What do you think about the last Need for Speed game for the PS4?
Which one was that? I don't know if I played
literally
it.
think it's just
The Hot
called Need
Pursuit?
for Speed.
The last one I played was the newer Hot Pursuit,
Okay. Not the.
like the one that was after Most Wanted again.
Okay. Okay.
So there was I don't know. There was the one Need for Speed that was basically trying to be underground that I played. That was really fun. And then they came out with Hot Pursuit, and I played a little bit of Hot Pursuit, and I was like, I was never really a big fan of Hot Pursuit to begin with.
I
And
love
so
Hot Pursuit.
I gave up on that one and moved on. I haven't touched Need for Speed since. But I like the open world games too, like Underground and the Burnout series that followed, not like 1, 2, and 3, but like the following series, Paradise, I think.
Yeah.
And then they have another one in that.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about is open world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That one was really fun. The graphics were great, but I don't know. It kind of got boring after a while. It's just never the same. I do really like Need for Speed Underground too. It's kind of like my benchmark for an open world car game. And I thought
Yeah.
Drive Club was really close, but no one's ever came that way. I don't know how hard it is just to make a game like this again.
Yeah, it's almost like eluded them because during the whole PlayStation 3 stint, which I'm talking about, before the PS4 version you're talking about, I mean, it was like they're trying, but they're just not hitting the nail on the head. You know, I mean, the car customization was insane in that game, and that's what made it so much fun. Really, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know, I was always trying to get money to get the neon and to get the multi-tint paint and everything.
Dude, the hydraulics.
Dude, the hydraulics.
You could
Can we talk
drive
about
with
the
your car
hydraulic
like
mechanics?
this, and you're just like, the fuck, bitch. And you could drive SUVs. That was my favorite thing. They let you
Yeah.
drive Lincoln Navigators and shit.
Yeah, dude, I was a huge Hummer fan where I would just like jack it up and just roll over people in the Hummer.
So much fun. I love
Did you learn how to do tricks? Did you know that you could like put in a couple inputs and like your thing would like start like bouncing
Yeah.
and doing tricks? Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
bro.
was just rolling around with the neon and boom, boom, boom. And the soundtrack to that game was so on point.
Riders on the Storm. One of the
Every
best
time,
mashups of
wow.
all time, dude.
So perfect. It was the staple song for sure. When I think racing games, I think Need for Speed, Underground 2, Riders on the Storm, boom.
Dude, it's like one of the most iconic songs out of any soundtrack.
Yeah.
The only thing more iconic would probably be like Spokesman or one of those fucking Goldfinger songs off of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. So I'd love to see some rehashes of this genre. I feel like it's been kind of like kicked to the curb. Like I feel like Dirt did a pretty good job kind of carrying the MotorStorm and Dirt were kind of like the two last good series that I really remember, unless you're into like Forza and Gran Turismo, in which case go buy Forza and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Forza's still going strong. Like they're still
Yeah.
making
People
Make
love
decent games.
the what's it like full simulation version of it, and that's cool. Go
Have you-
enjoy it.
Have you tried
Go-
Forza Horizon?
I have not.
Okay.
It's only on Xbox, right?
Yeah, it's all on Xbox.
Yeah. I only owned a 360 shortly. I've not been an Xbox fan.
Yeah, me neither.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters. I mean,
Haters
I have an
gonna
Xbox,
hate.
but
I can't believe you guys didn't like Hot Pursuit. That was like my favorite Need for Speed game.
I liked the Hot Pursuit was the one that started like the cops and robbers thing, right? Or was that older than
Yeah.
that? I did like
No,
that
I was-
mechanic a lot, honestly.
yeah.
You could like lay speed traps down and stuff.
Oh yeah, I had a blast with that. I had a lot of fun.
But I want
Yeah.
it like integrated. I like it more when it's like integrated into the game where you're like, instead of just like the whole point is just like running from cops. I like it to be like a sidebar. Like, what didn't the cops show up in Underground 2 when you were racing? Like,
Yep.
Probably.
So like the Need for Speed that I played, that I swear it's Most Wanted, but maybe it's not. Right before the new Hot Pursuit release, so we're talking like PS3 version. I'm pretty sure it was called Most Wanted, but it was basically like an Underground 2 clone. And they didn't have the cops ever show up like while you were driving, like in the races. And I was just like, that's half the whole point is that we're like underground racing. Like that's the idea, you know. I thought it was really. I think it's better like integrated into it myself, but
I think you'd like the new Need for Speed or the most recent one because it does have that aspect.
yeah,
Um,
maybe.
in the open world, and the car customization's pretty good. It's good. It's decent. I just wish, honestly, I wish I had a game that was literally Grand Theft Auto, but just like way more focused on the cars. Like I like playing car stuff in Grand Theft Auto. It's so much fun. It's really cool. I mean, the customization's okay, but I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that you're gonna get there is like you have to make it for like an M-rated audience. I think like M-rated Need for Speed Underground 2, like the story in Underground 2 is pretty legit too. Like it was similar to that. Like there was mob stuff going on or racing for money, I guess.
Yeah.
But whatever it was, yeah, like I want to see basically like you're saying like Grand Theft Auto, Need for Speed style.
Does Forza not have that? Is not what Forza is going for really?
Forza is like a full-on racing simulator, so you have like every racing car, like every high-end car able to drive.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Perfect
Well,
simulation.
Horizon, the open world one, it's fully customizable, so you
Oh,
can like
very
literally
nice.
do like engine swaps. You can like make rear wheel drive cars go like all wheel drive. They have like a vast chunk of customization, but honestly, it felt like every car just got really just. I mean, it came down to the same thing where it's like you're gonna buy and play the really fast cars, and then if you don't, you're just gonna fall behind, and then you just drive so fast that it's like you just have to like try and not crash into stuff. I mean. Like the single player was okay. I liked the way that you could like jump into people's lobbies and just be cars all across the world driving. You could like meet up to them or whatever. But I don't know. Me and my friends bought it once because Lexi gets it on discount, and we like both made like I made a Subaru. He made like a Honda, and then my Subaru was like 700 horsepower, and his was like 5 because it's a Honda. And then it was just kind of like, what are we gonna do? Just do burnouts or something? I don't know. It just got boring fast.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
What about the
Yeah.
Crew? Wasn't the Crew a game that tried something like that?
The Crew was a game like that. I didn't look too much into that one. I thought it was gonna be great. The only one that I actually focused on was Drive Club, and I thought that was really well executed. There's also like there's also another one like Sunset Overdrive. Yeah, Sunset Overdrive I think is what it was. Yeah, Sunset Overdrive looked really. Wait, no, what? No,
No, Sunset Overdrive is an eraser.
no, not Sunset Overdrive. I don't remember what the one was that I was thinking of. It might just be that I'm thinking of Drive Club. I don't know. Drive Club. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look too much into the Crew. I thought it was gonna be super sweet, and then I just heard really bad things about it, and I was just kind of like, oh. It's also a Ubisoft game, so
Yep, I was just gonna say.
it's probably
That's
why
not a
it
good
got
sign.
rated really badly.
Okay, so this is something that I think about whenever I think about Underground 2 and the fact that I basically played like a clone of it is, do you think that the improving of graphics like to a certain extent has made it to where like those arcadey games just don't feel genuine? Like it doesn't feel like you're playing a genuine like arcade style racing game, and it feels like it's really trying to be like way too emulating of real life.
Yes, you mean you're going
takes me out
from
of it.
arcadey to
Like,
real.
Yeah, like the believability of the story and like the way characters interact in like Underground 2, it's just like, "Hi, darn it, I gotta go do this," and like the animations are all like very animated and not like some motion capture of some guy beating up some dude for drugs and racing money. Like that's basically what I was. This guy's like, I gotta you gotta race for all this money because I owe these people drug money, and so he's
Yeah.
like, to show you, it's like, okay, like this is like too real. Like, can we go back to the days where it looked
I just
like
want to drive
funny,
cars, man. I don't want to do the shit I do for drugs. It's cool.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You
Yeah, I don't know. I
but,
mean, I think there's something there.
like I felt like Grand Theft Auto 5 like almost felt like too real. Like their characters were like so real in that game. Whereas like Grand Theft Auto 4, I kind of took it like halfway like jokingly how exaggerated the characters were, but then it like got into 5 and it was just like this is like too serious for this like style of game. Like when I'm running people over in a car, I don't want to think that they're like real people. It just looks
Or
like
like
too
actually feel like you're fucking murdering people.
Yeah.
Not cool with that, Rockstar.
I'm just saying, like with the graphics enhancements. I don't know. It's not like something I constantly think about, but it's definitely like a thought that I had. I don't know.
Like when you're playing that game with somebody and they're just like enjoying it just a little too much.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
I'm gonna fuck this hooker and then beat her to take her cash.
Yeah. Yo, you want to shoot this hooker in the face with me? No.
Really, Dylan?
All I'm saying is it felt a little better on the PS2.
I don't know if it felt better, but definitely not quite as realistic, I guess. I don't know, man.
It was more fun for me to beat up a hooker that just looked like some 3D rendering on a PS2 rather than like beat up a hooker with a dildo that like has like actual shadow graphics and shine from the sun,
Dude, look at how realistic it looks when I beat the shit out of this hooker with this dildo. It looks so real.
It's something I think about. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I'm just weird.
Jimmy,
So-
have you heard of Project Cars before?
I've heard the name.
Oh, okay. You should check it out. I think you might like it.
All right.
It's on PC. That's why I'm telling you. There's a free demo. I
So,
think.
what would you guys say is the
Cars?
hardest racing game you've ever played?
I'll drop it in the chat. Hardest racing game I've ever played?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really play any like super hard racing games.
So for me, it was like, would you consider Driver a racing game?
Yes, I would. I did like Driver.
Driver on the PS1, like back in the Disney. Or wait,
I was talking about the
the PS2.
PS3 version, but that's the only
No,
one I
like-
played, but
no, like the OG Driver. Like, see what platform it was on. Yeah, dude, Driver on PlayStation,
That game was hard,
1999. Or no, what was it? Yeah. He's like, Driver, become the wheelman or something like that. What does it say here?
mhm.
You are the wheelman. So yeah, it's a Driver. And this shit was intense. Like, you were driving around like all like super incognito. You're just driving your car and like you're basically trying to hide from the cops the entire time. And like if they drive by you, like if you stay in the lines on the road and just drive like normal, they're not going to see you. And there's missions and shit. And it's really, really hard. It was really difficult because one, the mechanics obviously weren't very good because it's PlayStation. But you could like hide in parking garages and shit. And it was actually a lot of fun, but it was very, very difficult. So I guess that was the hardest one that I've ever played. I guess
Hardest-
kind of, yeah, go ahead.
I honestly think that MotorStorm was hard if you played the campaign to the very end. Like the very end of that, it got very hard, and I don't think they added like a bunch of new tracks or anything. I think it was just that they turned up the difficulty like to 11, and
Yeah.
it was very challenging, but it was fun to beat that game.
Okay, so I guess my next question is: do you guys, generally in your experience, games that are harder, have you found more enjoyment in games that have been harder, or do you find more enjoyment in games that are easier? Does it depend on the game? What do you have to say to that?
I'll hit this one right off, man, because
Please go for it.
I'm telling you, there's a huge debate between whether games are getting harder or easier or whatever it is, and I think right now it's in a pretty good spot. Like Assassin's Creed, it's easy. And I like that. I enjoy that because I get to go jump through Egypt and spend my time just hanging out, seeing the scenery, listening to the story bits here and there, checking out what this lady's doing, maybe stabbing a couple people. And I enjoy that I don't have to work hard for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's some games where I just want to sit back and just smell the roses and see how things are going. But then if you're hurting for the hard hitting games, they're out there. Like Near Automaton, what's it called? Witcher 3, Dark Souls 3, they're all very hard and you can go and find those games and play them, and I feel like it's in a really good spot right now where we don't have to we can choose our experience instead of having to be dictated by I can't beat this, so I guess I'll never have to know what's at the end. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
I think, I think there's something there. I mean, I think you also have to consider the fact that I think gamers' skill level in general has increased a ton since the last as games have gotten more complicated, the amount of skill taken to play the games or the amount of the amount of skill that somebody can choose or the amount of what's what I'm looking for. Like the games have gotten more complicated, so there's a lot more somebody like you can focus a lot more on like a game like League, for example, where you can practice at it and genuinely get better over time and work on certain things and get better at it and like work on mechanics and certain things like that. So with like fucking like Driver, just some shit like that from PlayStation, you can't really practice. You can only get so good at that. So I think, like I said, the skill level of gamers has also heightened along with the capacity that these games have to allow players to become as good as they have gotten at these games. I guess if that makes sense. Yeah.
I think that's a great point. I mean, people are always talking about how games are getting easier. Like, I think that's a good consideration. Like, people are getting a lot better. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just look at League of Legends and like how hard it is realistically to get into gold. Like,
Yeah.
I know everyone says just get good, but it's hard.
Mm.
Like
Sure.
these games have take a lot of skill, and things have progressed a long ways. And I certainly can say that if you gave like 10-year-old me League of Legends, I would be like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no
absolutely.
way that this many characters have this many abilities and I'd learn them all. Like there's just no way. And so you know, it's I think that's a good point. Tyler,
Tyler
what do
looks
you got
like
to say?
Tyler looks like a supervillain with his cat. Like I demand $1 million.
1
Yeah,
trillion.
with your
Looks like
fucking
your
cat.
cat's petting you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure who's pet there. Trying to think.
I'm getting cleaned.
Go for it, Tyler. We'll quit interrupting you.
Um,
Wait, one more thing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. Go for it.
Wait, hold on.
I got you. I called you out.
I'm done. I'm done.
You thought you had me, but I baited the baiter and his master.
Debated.
The masturbator. So, what I think is that I'm just making sure no one's gonna say anything. No, okay. So, here's the thing, guys. Sometimes you play some really difficult stuff, and sometimes you play some really good stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't think Tyler knows what he's talking about.
Sometimes when you hit the heroin, that's good mixture. And sometimes someone just tells you it's a good mixture, but it's actually the bad shit. And then you end up knocked out in a tub of ice.
So what you're saying is like
I
the
don't think-
placebo effect makes people think they're doing good?
No, what
I'm
I'm saying
confused.
is people will say anything at this point. People will be told things and they'll believe it. They'll believe that they're in a state where things need to change. They'll believe that they're in a state where things are good the way that they are. And it kind of goes off of mob mentality in the first place. Where we're at right now is structured at a point where we don't need to worry about it, like you said. It's very well mixed. It's very well diverse. It's at the point where even games that are super easy can turn out to be harder than you expect in the first place. I always use Super Mario Odyssey as my example because, no spoilers, but at the very, very, very end of the game, there's this really long level that you have to go through with, like, no, like, checkpoints or whatever. And it's not hard. It's just kind of like, hey, you spent all this time learning all these mechanics in the game, right? And then I'm just like, yeah, no, apparently I didn't, because I can't do this. And I spent like 4 hours on it, and then I literally had to put it down and stop, and then come back the next day. So I was like, I'm not gonna get more. I don't know why. I just can't do it. And I was on Reddit recently, reading a post about people complaining about the exact same thing. They were like, yeah, 8 hours through this game, last level, 3 hours. Like, they were just like, this is just, I just couldn't do it. I had to put it down. It was just way too hard for a Mario game. I've had people say that, way too hard for a Mario game. But that's the thing. It's not about that anymore. It's not about, oh, Super Mario Bros. 2 was one of the easiest Marios of all time because Peach does the flutter kick and then she just flies. So the Super Mario Bros. 3 is also a really great game, but Super Mario World takes my cake. You know, people... It's not like that anymore. Games are dynamic enough to where the difference is sometimes at the right spot, and it takes you on a journey to where even if it should be hypothetically a hard part, you're already so advanced because of the way that they're telling the story and like the gameplay that you're ready for that advancedness. So if the question is are video games getting too hard? No, I think that they're just teaching us how to be better way faster. Stuff's only hard when you suck ass.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Silver.
Yeah, I was gonna say diamond's so hard because I'm silver. That's how it goes,
Yeah.
right?
I got both of my accounts into silver for the first time ever. Flex and solo queue, so I was pretty hyped about that. Thank you. It's a big day for me. It happened yesterday.
And guess what? They're gonna open up a wood tier now, so you won't even have to worry about it anymore. You'll just go right into,
No, they're not.
right
Shut
into
the
your
fuck
tier.
up.
They are. They're gonna open up a new tier.
No, you're not.
I think they should.
No, you
think
guys
they
don't
should.
know this?
No, you're kidding.
I
me.
don't-
No, they
know
announced
that
that they announced that they're adding 2 new tiers for ranked
You're-
competitive next season. One's gonna be
you're-
around gold and one's gonna be around bronze.
You're joking.
No, I'm dead. Dude, there's huge ranked 2019
dude.
competitive thread about what they're changing.
How am I gonna get to gold now?
And
What the fuck?
now you get ranked based off of your individual roles. So you can be like silver 3 in mid and like bronze 2 in bot. Just so you don't
No,
get.
yes. Fuck.
So now, if
But
you get
but you
auto-filled
get-
support, you don't have to play against people that are actually way better than you.
Oh my gosh, he's serious. I just found
Yes.
This is good.
It's actually really
like
good
that.
changes. I like them a lot. And they reduced the tiers from 5 to 4, and your placements are way better. You play one placement game, and you get placed immediately in a tier. And then your next 9 games, even if you lose, you don't lose LP, but every time you win, you just gain a massive amount. So you don't get penalized for losing anymore in your placements, per se. You just get You just get greater rewards for winning, so you can rank up faster. I think it's great. I'm pretty excited for these changes. Go watch
And
a
they've
video.
confirmed that the new tiers will not be plastic or wood. So
Did they actually say that?
it says no, the new rank tier probably won't be plastic or wood, so probably, but
I just said that it was going to be another bronze-ish tier. I didn't know what they were going to actually
Copper.
call it. Copper.
Copper.
That would be a
that
good
much
name.
harder to get
I'm
to
calling
gold,
it
though.
now.
Fuck, man.
They are calling it copper.
I imagine so.
I would doubt that, Carson. It's gonna be more like wherever your MMR is around, it's not gonna probably change because what I would assume is that the one around bronze is gonna be for the lower bronze people.
Yes, it's more of like the
one
bronze 5 gap. Yes.
Yeah, it
it's gonna
says-
be the
yeah.
bronze 5s. And what I don't know where the gold one's gonna be.
I think actually it's supposed to be low diamond, if I remember correctly.
Yep,
It's not supposed to be
It says
gold.
right here.
Okay.
It says there's
It's gonna be
both
the
of
low diamond and then the
yeah.
upper diamond.
They're breaking up bronze and diamond. It says both of these tiers are huge, and the people sitting at bronze or diamond 5 have a very different amount of skill from the people sitting at bronze or diamond 1.
It's completely true.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. That
makes
makes a lot
sense.
more sense to me than a gold tier.
I'm sorry, I have bad memory sometimes. No, they look really good, honestly. I know I got off track, but the changes for this upcoming season are great. I'm excited for the multiple roles. It's broken down into
It's
3
relevant.
splits now. So it's not just one end of the season; it's 3 end of the seasons. You get your rewards, and you get your borders, but you don't lose
3
a tier.
times?
Yes, but you don't start over. So the next split per se, you start at the same rank that you were. But you get to do placements again. So 3 competitive splits for ranked mode now.
So I have to stay gold the whole season now?
It's the same amount of time. It's just you get your rewards faster. If you make platinum mid-season, you get to show off your plat mid-season.
But literally all I care about is the skin.
Yeah, I think you don't get that till the end. In the end, anyway.
Okay,
so
good.
it's still the
So-
same in that aspect. Yeah.
Just only have to be gold at the end of the season. You just get border updates sooner. Okay, yeah.
Basically, just play your 3 10-game placements, and you'll just get gold, and you'll be good to go.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's relevant. We also need to get the band back together and try that competitive thing in League.
Dude,
That'd be a ton
yeah,
of
we
fun. I really want to
should.
try it.
I
The
know
thing is,
everyone's been absent from
Yeah.
playing.
It requires almost a whole weekend committed to it though, which is kind of weird. It's like you gotta have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday committed to it. Kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I have to do some more research, but I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I've honestly not looked at it.
Yeah, I mean it seems kind of cool. There's a bit of customization. Get your team together, pick a logo, and yeah, it could be fun. So we'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah, I remember when Metal Gear
yeah.
Solid 4 came out. Idea.
Baby.
Ooh.
I need to play that game someday. I've heard it's really good.
Oh, dude, I miss the multiplayer server you're referencing. I miss
Yeah.
those servers. Please bring those back because Metal Gear Solid 5 did not deliver.
Yeah.
Okay, so total aside, but it was very focused on headshots. So it was a very high skill cap game, and that's what made it fun versus 5. Being you could take 20 body shots and probably not die because they accounted for body armor. But
That's
you
a
just
good thing.
hit the head. You get hit in the head once. Dude, it was a really fun game. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The last few games have been pretty good, actually.
Get shot in the head and get killed.
Yeah, it felt punishing to be a new player, but once you learned how to do it, it was a lot of fun.
Killed him dead. All right. Well, I'm going to kill this episode. It is now the conclusion of episode number 12 of the Hot Garbage Podcast. We'll keep working on the Battle for Middle-earth 2 video. Hopefully, I hope next weekend maybe it'll be out. Probably maybe try to play. Actually, probably not next weekend because I have family in town from graduation, so that's not going to be happening. Actually, maybe the weekend after that, we'll try to get that video out. We got
We'll
some
leave it in the
content already.
soon.tm
Yeah.
category.
Yep, exactly. I am gonna try to get my Avengers review and the first ever Cakes Take video uploaded sometime this week. Get the Cake Take thing going on YouTube. Get that playlist going. Get some more content on there. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for episode 12. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, make sure to rate, subscribe, whatever, share with all your friends, whatever you do and whatever you listen to. Make sure you get us promoted because get more listeners. My name is Carson Cake Winnell. My social media is at me, myself, and Cake. I'm on Twitter at the one and only Cake, and I'm also on Instagram at the one and only Cake. And I need to be more active on those, but those are my social media. Jimster, hit him with some social media.
Hey guys, hit me up at Guag or twitch.tv/GuagDiggly. That's where you'll find the latest and greatest in streaming League of Legends content as far as the Gold 5 tier goes.
Boom. Tyler, hit him with that social media, homie.
Yo, if you follow me on Twitter and at me, I will pick the best cat pic that I see on Twitter or Instagram, and I will give you $10 in cash. It'll have to be mailed to you, so you have to give me your address. Girls only get to apply.
Whoa.
So, if you want to catch me social media wise, I am Neko no Otoko, NEKO_NO_OTOKO for Instagram. On Twitter, it's just at AZMissMurder, twitch.tv/AZMissMurder. Follow me, like me, subscribe me, touch me, call me pretty, post your cats, and I'll pick one and I'll say you're a cool cat.
All right. I like it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. This has been episode 12 of the Hot Garbage Podcast. We will see you guys next week. So long.
Later.
You don't matter, you're no fun, your friends aren't cool, and what you do is nothing to brag about, unless it's something everyone has been talking about, or wish that they had. If it's branded as valuable, and if it gets a lot of looks, if your social status improves, then she might take interest in you. But that's the only reason why she would. She's not a good person, she's only cute, and this selfish, shallow piece of shit inside of her makes her ugly as sin. Time and time again, I've given her a chance. It almost believed that there was a human inside of her that really fucking cared. But I asked for too much, invested in a hollow, empty shell, the kind that gets filled with superficial trash. Not a soul, no heart. My friend, the monster eats and sleeps and breathes the struggles of individuals just like us, sustained by your grief. My friend, the narcissist, only cares about how good you can make her look, emotionally handicapped. She will trade you for all that you got, and leave nothing but an empty, deflated waste of a man. She's only biding her time. She set a trap for everywhere that you go. Better change your name, your address, and anything she might know. My friend, the monster eats and sleeps and breathes the struggles of individuals just like us, sustained by your grief. My friend, the narcissist, only cares about how good you can make her look, emotionally handicapped. My friend, the monster eats and sleeps and breathes the struggles of individuals just like you. My friend, the narcissist, only cares about how good you can make her look,